The modern food supply is more fragile than you think, and the solution is hiding in seeds that are older than agriculture itself. Most gardeners waste space on low-calorie greens while global supply chains teeter on the edge of the next disruption. Modern monoculture wheat is a liability. One bad season, one logistics failure, one price spike, and the shelves reflect it. Meanwhile, 15 ancient grains, the crops that built civilizations before a single chemical input was ever invented, will grow in your backyard, in confined spaces, in poor soil, on rainwater alone, and produce calorie-dense harvests that no supply chain controls. You don't need a massive farm for food independence in 2026. You need the right seeds and about 40 square feet. Number 3 produces more protein per square foot than almost any other grain you can grow. And number 12 thrives in the driest, most neglected corner of any backyard on Earth. The bonus at the end shows you exactly how to turn your first harvest into seeds you'll never have to buy again. Let's build your backyard granary. Here's the number nobody talks about. The average nation's grain reserve, the buffer between its population and a genuine food shortage, is around 70 days. 70 days of supply between now and empty shelves, if the logistics chain breaks. Modern monoculture wheat is bred for industrial conditions, specific fertilizer ratios, specific herbicide programs, specific combine harvester dimensions. Strip away any one of those inputs, and yields collapse. It is the least adaptable grain system ever built, deployed at a scale that makes its fragility a global problem. The ancient grains on this list were bred under the opposite selection pressure: survive without inputs, produce on poor soil, handle drought, handle heat, handle neglect. They were selected by farmers who had no safety net. That selection pressure, applied over thousands of years, built resilience directly into the genetics. You can't buy that quality, but you can grow it. 15 backyard grains. From the big 3 that anchor your granary, to the specialist varieties that fill every niche in your specific climate. Let's go. If building a calorie-producing backyard granary sounds like the food security you actually need in 2026, subscribe and turn on the bell. And tell me in the comments, do you have a raised bed, a fence line, or just a patch of ground? That's all you need. Drop what you're working with. Backyard grain number 1. Amaranth. The Aztec Empire's staple grain. A complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids, in a seed that produces tens of thousands of copies of itself per plant, in heat and drought that defeats everything else. Scatter it in poor ground. Let it tower. Shake the dry seed heads into a bucket. You have grain. Backyard advantage. 1 square foot of amaranth produces more seed than you need for next year's planting. The surplus goes in a jar. Simmer like porridge, pop like miniature popcorn, or grind into protein-rich flour. Zone suitability. Warm season annual. Performs in most temperate to tropical climates. Number 1 is the complete protein that builds itself in your worst soil. Backyard grain number 2. Buckwheat. Not a grass. A broadleaf plant with white flowers that pollinators mob. Then seeds that become nutty. Satisfying grain in about 70 days. Buckwheat actively suppresses weeds, scavenges phosphorus from poor soil, and smothers any ground it covers. It's naturally gluten-free and produces on soil so depleted other grains won't sprout. Backyard advantage. Fastest turnaround of the big 3. Sow in summer after an early crop, harvest before frost. Chop the spent plants back into the soil as free green manure. Zone suitability. Cool to warm seasons, sensitive to hard frost, but thrives in short summers. Number 2 is the fast turnaround grain that improves your soil while it feeds you. Backyard grain number 3. The highest calorie return per square foot of any grain on this list. Sorghum. 5,000 years of cultivation in sub-Saharan Africa. one of the harshest agricultural environments on Earth. Sorghum pushes deep roots, pauses its growth during drought, resumes when rain returns, and still produces grain. Cook it like rice, pop it like popcorn, grind it into gluten-free flour, or boil the sweet varieties into a natural syrup. 3 outputs from one plant. Backyard advantage. Grows in your hottest, driest, most neglected corner. Tolerates soil conditions that would collapse modern wheat. Zone suitability. Warm season, heat and drought specialist. The grain for the difficult end of your growing space. Number 3 is the grain that produces where everything else gives up. Backyard grain number 4. Teff, the foundation grain of Ethiopian cuisine. 3,000 years old. Extraordinarily high in iron and calcium, naturally gluten-free, and cultivated on thin rocky soils with erratic rainfall. The seeds are tiny, sow on a fine firm seedbed and barely cover them. From that unpromising start comes a dense, nutritious grain that has fed a nation on the soil nobody else wanted. Backyard advantage. High-density sowing in a raised bed. Maximum nutrition from minimum space. Zone, heat-tolerant, best in warm summers with moderate rainfall. Backyard grain number 5. Millet, specifically proso or foxtail millet. One of the oldest cultivated grains on Earth. Carbonized millet has been found in Chinese archaeological sites dating back 7,000 years. Fast maturing, drought-tolerant, and producing nutritious small seeds on decorative heads that look spectacular in a backyard setting while feeding your family. Backyard advantage. Intercrop between taller plants. The decorative seed heads earn their space visually while the grain earns its space nutritionally. Zone, warm season. Surprisingly cold-tolerant at germination. Backyard grain number 6. Quinoa. 7,000 years in the Andes, where it evolved for thin air, poor soil, and temperature swings that would stress most crops. The complete protein. Grows in cool conditions that defeat sorghum and millet, making it the grain for the cooler end of your climate. Harvest the spectacular colored seed heads when they feel dry and papery. One honest processing note. Rinse quinoa thoroughly before cooking to remove natural bitter saponins on the seed surface. This is quick and essential. Zone cool season specialist. The grain for northern climates and high-altitude gardens. Backyard grain number 7. Spelt. An ancient relative of modern wheat, grown for 7,000 years, with a naturally tough hull that protects it from fungal disease without any spray program. More nutritious than modern wheat, with a richer, nuttier flavor and significantly better digestibility for many people. The hull also makes it excellent livestock fodder and mulch material, dual purpose from one crop. Backyard advantage. Grows like wheat, but without the chemical dependency. Harvest the heads when golden and dry. Zone, cool season grain. Autumn or early spring sowing in most temperate climates. Backyard grain number 8. Einkorn, the oldest cultivated wheat on Earth. Einkorn wheat has been found at Neolithic sites across the Fertile Crescent, dating back 10,000 years. It grows on the thinnest, porous soils without fertilizer, resists many of the fungal diseases that require spray programs in modern wheat, and produces a small but nutritionally extraordinary grain, higher in protein and antioxidants than modern varieties. Backyard advantage. Plant in your least fertile bed. It performs better in poor soil than rich, genuinely the grain for the ground you'd otherwise write off. Zone, cool season, winter or spring sowing. Backyard grain number 9. Emmer, the grain that built the Egyptian pyramids. Fed the workers who raised the ancient world's greatest structures. Emmer is a hulled wheat, with the same disease resilience as einkorn, a rich nutty flavor, and the satisfying chew of a grain that hasn't been bred for industrial processing. Makes extraordinary slow-cooked grain dishes and a deeply flavored bread flour. Backyard advantage. The natural hull protects the grain on the plant, no fungicide needed. Sow in autumn, harvest in early summer. Zone: cool season, widely adaptable temperate grain. Backyard grain number 10. Farro. In Italian cooking, farro, Emmer wheat prepared whole, is a staple that commands premium restaurant prices. The identical grain grown in your backyard, harvested by hand, costs you the price of seed once and nothing thereafter. Rich, chewy, deeply satisfying. The grain that cooks in 30 minutes and holds its texture in soups and salads. Backyard advantage. Grow Emmer. Harvest it, eat it as farro. One grain, two identities, restaurant markup eliminated. Zone: same as Emmer. Cool season temperate. Backyard grain number 11. Barley. One of the first grains ever cultivated. 10,000 years of human partnership. Hullless varieties need no processing beyond drying. High in beta-glucan fiber that supports cardiovascular health. Grows fast in cool, moist conditions, and in the backyard context, makes excellent sprouted grain, a nutritionally dense and immediately edible product that requires no threshing equipment at all. Backyard advantage. Sprouted in a jar for immediate nutrition while the rest of your harvest dries. Zero processing required for sprouted use. Zone: cool, moist climates. The grain for the wet end of your growing space. Backyard grain number 12. The one I promised you. The one for the driest corner. Grain sorghum's close relative. Sudan grass hybrid varieties. These fast-growing, deep-rooting sorghum relatives grow in the most neglected, driest ground in any backyard, producing biomass and grain at a rate that makes them useful as both a food crop and a soil improver simultaneously. They fix the structure of compacted, depleted soil while feeding you. Backyard advantage. Plant in the dead zone, the dry, hard ground against a south-facing wall or fence. It thrives there. Zone: heat and drought specialist. Warm season essential. Backyard grain number 13. Rye. The grain of Northern Europe's hardest climates. Winter hardy beyond any other cereal, growing in acid, sandy, waterlogged soils that defeat everything else on this list. Sow in autumn. Overwinter as green cover that suppresses weeds and holds soil. Harvest in summer. The grain makes dense, nutritious bread, and the straw makes excellent mulch. Backyard advantage. Double duty. Winter ground cover and summer grain from the same sowing. Zone: the cold, wet, acid soil specialist. The grain for northern climates that others can't handle. Backyard grain number 14. Kañiwa. Quinoa's tougher little sibling. Less well-known than quinoa, but more cold and frost-tolerant, Kañiwa produces tiny, dark seeds with a similar complete amino acid profile and significantly better resilience in difficult conditions. No saponin coating, no rinsing required. Just grow, harvest, and eat. Backyard advantage. For the cold, high-altitude, or unpredictable climate gardener where quinoa struggles to complete its season. Zone: cold specialist. The grain for the northern edge of the temperate zone. Backyard grain number 15. The finale. Intermediate wheatgrass. The perennial grain. Every other grain on this list is annual. You grow it, harvest it, replant it. Intermediate wheatgrass breaks that cycle. It is a perennial grain, grows back from its own root system every year, like a fruit tree, without tilling, without replanting, without purchased seed after the first year. Yields less per plant than modern wheat, but costs nothing to maintain and improves the soil every year it grows. Backyard advantage. Plant once along a fence line or bed edge. Harvest every summer indefinitely. The perennial principle applied to grain. Zone: cool and cold temperate. Genuinely winter-hardy perennial. Number 15 is the grain you plant once and harvest for the rest of your life. Seed sovereignty and your backyard granary. Here's the move that turns a single season into a permanent food supply. Every grain on this list is open-pollinated, meaning the seed it produces grows true. Save the seed from your strongest, tallest, most productive plants each year, and two things happen simultaneously. First, you never buy that grain seed again. Second, your saved seed slowly adapts to your specific microclimate, your specific soil, your specific rainfall, getting better suited to your conditions every year while the commercial varieties stay fixed. That is seed sovereignty. And here's the practical method. Let your best plants fully dry before harvest. Leaves brown, seed heads papery, seeds hard when pressed between your thumbnail. Hand thresh small quantities by rubbing seed heads between your palms over a bucket, or by beating them against the inside of a container. Winnow by pouring from one bucket to another in a light breeze. The chaff blows away, the grain falls. Store in airtight glass jars in a cool, dark place. The true value calculation in 2026. A square meter of amaranth produces enough seed to plant 20 square meters next year. A fence line of sorghum produces enough grain for months of meals and enough seed to replant indefinitely. The initial cost is one packet of seed. The return is measured in years of food security. Your one action: find 40 square feet, a raised bed, a fence line, a neglected corner. Sow one grain from this list this season. Harvest it. Save the seed. That single act starts a food system that compounds year over year, entirely outside the supply chain that keeps getting less reliable. The big three. Amaranth. Complete protein in any poor soil. Buckwheat. Fast, weed-suppressing, soil-improving. Sorghum. The highest calorie return from your worst ground. The specialists. Teff for iron-dense nutrition in heat. Millet for intercropping and decorative yields. Quinoa for cool climates and complete protein. Spelt and Einkorn for disease-resistant ancient wheat. Emmer and Farro for the grain that built civilization. Barley for sprouts and cool wet ground. Sudan grass for the dead zone. Rye for northern winters. Kañiwa for cold climate complete protein. And intermediate wheatgrass, the perennial grain you plant once and harvest forever. 15 ancient grains. Not one of them needs synthetic fertilizer. Not one of them needs an industrial supply chain. And every single one of them produces seeds you can save, replant, and adapt to your specific ground forever. The industrial breadbasket is someone else's liability. Your backyard granary is yours. Subscribe and turn on the bell so every harvest finds you. And tell me in the comments, which grain is going in the ground first? The seed that fed civilization doesn't need a farm. It needs a decision. Make it this season. I'll see you in the next one.